Welcome back. It's Kovacs Report, and I'm very, very excited because the Marvel's catalogue has dropped. Yes, Marvel Previews has dropped. These are books that are being solicited now to be published in November. We are going to go through this book page by page. I'm going to highlight what's new. I'm going to let you know what's on my pull list, give you some thoughts and some other things, hopefully have a bit of fun. Now, before that happens, please do hit the like button at the end of the video if you like the video, of course. And please, please, please smash that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds, but it absolutely changes everything for me, and I'd really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much in advance. So look at this. We're kicking off with X-Men of Apocalypse by Jeff Loeb and Simone DeMeo, the 30th anniversary celebration of Age of Apocalypse. It's going to be big. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Let's move in. Oh, looks like we've got a new 20th Century Studios book, Alien versus Captain America by Frank Thierry. Now, Frank Thierry's doing an amazing job, an absolutely amazing job over on Mad Cave with whatever happened to the Crimson Justice. If you like a sort of mashup of, say, Batman and Captain America with the kind of humor and tone of maybe Preacher, I would say, then this is the book for you. Definitely jump on board. So art by Stefano Raffaele, cover by Lionel Francis Yu, of course. Yes, I'm definitely on board on that. Ultimate Endgame's coming. I've done a few videos on that. We all know about that. This is one of the covers, one of the variant covers. Looks pretty cool. But let's dive into the book proper. Let's see what we got. So, X-Men of Apocalypse, like I mentioned earlier, Jeff Loeb, Simone DeMeo, and look at all those variant covers. Art Germ, Daniel Warren Johnson, John Tyler Christopher, Joe Madeira, the original artist of Age of Apocalypse. He's done a couple of covers. Steve Skrock, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Inyuk Lee. Arthur Adams. Oh my God, there's so many. Fan Yang. Woo! It is going to be another pricey month of variant cover collectors. So let's see what we have got here. X-Men of the Apocalypse are here in the Marvel Universe, and that's a very bad thing for the Uncanny X-Men. So from what I understand, this carries on directly after the Age of Apocalypse series, and it pits the X-Men of Apocalypse against our Uncanny X-Men. So big battles will obviously erupt. We've got more information here. So it is written by, this is a different one. No, we've got another one. This is a sneaky one they snuck in. X-Men Tales from the Age of Apocalypse #1. Written by Scott Lobdell, Jean Francis Moore, Larry Hammer, and Fabian Nixia. Penciled by Joe Madeira, Steve Epting, Adam Kubert, and Adam Kubert. Cover by... How can it be Adam Kubert and Adam Kubert? I'm not sure what they've done there. Maybe they have copied and pasted instead of putting the other creator in. But there we go. Cover by Paco Medina, variant cover by TBA. So in 1995, has it been that long? It has, 30 years. Marvel shocked the comics reading world, cancelling all its blockbuster X-Tales and replacing them with new series in the transformed reality of the Age of Apocalypse. These tales, by some of the era's leading creators, introduce fans to radically new versions of the heroes they loved, fighting for survival in a nightmarish dystopia where Charles Xavier is long dead. Professor X was killed 20 years in the past during a freak time travel accident, and now Darwinian conqueror Apocalypse rules with an iron fist, ruthlessly enforcing his dictum that only the strong shall survive. In the long shadow of En Sabah Nur, hidden among a downtrodden humankind, are a group of ragtag freedom fighters led by Xavier's oldest friend, Magneto. They're amazing. They're astonishing. But who are the X-Men? Plus, what has become of iconic mutants Cyclops, Havoc, and Wolverine in this war-torn world? It collects astonishing X-Men from 1995, issue 1, X-Factor 1, Weapon X1, and Amazing X-Men for #1s. It's all from 1995. Okay, so it's reprints. I thought we were getting a new book. Oh, I was super excited there. Still, they were good to pick up if you didn't read them the first time around. So, Hulk Infernal. So I am absolutely catching up with the, not the Infernal Hulk, the current Incredible Hulk by... Nick Klein and Patrick Kennedy Johnson, Philip Kennedy Johnson, and I'm really enjoying it. It's got a much darker tone than I thought it would be. I'm quite surprised. I think it's a bit of a hit, really. I can see why everyone is shouting about it. I'm really enjoying it. So, of course, we're going to get variant covers, but let's see what it says. Incredible, Immortal, Infernal. The evil known as Eldest has literally torn Bruce Banner in half. As you can see, there's a giant sort of radioactive scar all the way down his body and his head. So he has actually literally been torn in half. So he's been torn in half and has taken the Hulk's body as their own. So they're possessing the Hulk, which is dangerous. Now, if you don't know, Bruce Banner is also locked away in a prison, in a mind prison that the Hulk's persona has inflicted upon him. So Bruce Banner isn't in control of the Hulk anyway. So these guys have come along. So it's Bruce and I guess the eldest now rattling around in that little head of his. So this new unstoppable Infernal Hulk is 10 times the monster that everyone always feared Hulk would be. Their diabolical plan is to plunge the world back into ancient horrors by transforming our heroes into nightmarish beasts. Meanwhile, the indomitable Bruce Banner, though powerless, will stop at nothing to thwart their evil schemes. I mean, you can see that he's carrying a dead body in there. He does look like he's a badass now and a very evil one. So very excited about these two books. I'm sure they'll talk about it more as we get along. Here we go. So 1776. So this is one of those little mini-series which you're hoping is going to be fun. And I really, really am hoping it's going to be funny. So as we prepare to celebrate America's 250th birthday, let us salute all the magnificent champions who embody the very essence of freedom and justice. Can they save the past without destroying the future? Or will they and the nation be swept away by the tides of the time stream? One thing is certain, with courage in their hearts and stars in the eyes, these legendary warriors will stop at nothing to preserve the legacy of the land they love. So this is a J. Michael Straczynski book with art by Ron Lim and Sean Damian Hill. Revolutionary warriors will assemble. Calamity strikes when a mysterious force dares to tamper with the sacred threads of history. Captain America and his formidable squad of Marvel heroes leap into action. Their mission to safeguard the founding of the United States of America. The fate of the nation hangs in the balance at the dawn of the revolution, as these valiant heroes must navigate the treacherous waters of the past to ensure a future that remains untarnished. Looks pretty cool. We've got a Steve Rude cover over there. I love Steve Rude's work. It suits this, actually. Let's have a look. So we've got some more variant covers, of course. Joe Quesada is dipping his ink, and Paulo Siqueira is also producing a really, really very nice cover there. Very patriotic. We've got Spidey here by Phil Jimenez. So happy with that. So Venom 251. Of course, so Venom is celebrating a 250th issue very, very soon. And I guess something big's going to happen there. And this is going to be the continuation. So it's by Al Ewing, Paco Medina, with a cover by Carlos Gomez. Of course, variants galore, as usual. It says, break the streak. Doc Ock is back as director of operations for Scar. Okay, that's interesting. And he's got the all-new toxin in his sights. Luke Cage isn't happy. But will New York's mayor choose to side with human law or symbiote justice? Plus, MJ gets a new gig. Venom gets a new look. And the rollicking return of Blue Streak. Now, I did pick up the recent Venom book. And I got to say, I wasn't loving it. I was not loving it at all. We'll see. If this is a new arc, we'll give it a second go. I was not loving it at all. So that's not on my pull list, you might have guessed. So Alien versus Captain America. Now, I am loving these 20th Century Studios books that they're pushing out. The Alien versus Avengers by Jonathan Hickman and Essex Ribic was incredibly good. One of the best Marvel books and probably one of the best Avengers books in decades. It was so, so good. It was horribly late, but it was worth it because the art in the book is incredible. The writing is great. The story is perfect. I loved every single page. There wasn't a moment I was disappointed. So I definitely recommend you pick that up if you're going to jump into it. So Frank Thierry, Stefano Raphael, a cover by Lionel Francis Yu with foil variants. Maybe that's a new way of calling it. Variant cover by Dan Panasane. Some more variant covers by Inhyuk Lee. There's lots of variant covers. So the Red Skull's newest recruits. Okay, let's see what happens here. It's World War II, and Hydra seeks a new weapon to defeat the Allies and win the war. To that end, the Red Skull has sent Baron Strucker on an expedition to the Himalayas to find the fabled city of Attilian. But instead of finding the Inhumans, Strucker uncovers something much more deadly, much more alien. Can Captain America, the Howling Commander, stop the Skull and his newfound xenomorph weapons? Or will the first Avenger learn that in war-torn Europe, no one can hear you scream? I like what you did there, little nod to the movie. So I love this idea. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Putting it in World War II is even better. I love the fact it's going to be in World War II. It's going to be one of my top books that I'm looking forward to. Look at that cover. Oh my God. It is so exciting. So these solicits, I'm going to hold off on reading. I'm just going to go and see what we got because Age of Revelation, or you know, or everything else that's going on in the X universe hasn't actually happened yet, and I do not want to spoil it for myself or you guys. So we can just look at the gorgeous art. So look at this. We've got Amazing X-Men continues. X-Men Book of Revelation obviously continues. Jed MacKay is spearheading this whole thing. Looks very, very cool. And we're going to get a lot of X books. Unbreakable X-Men #2, X-Batshit X-Men #2. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. These Streetwise variants by Inyuk Lee, they are actually really interesting. I read an article about it. He's quite renowned for fashion drawing, and he's taken lots of the X-Men and he sort of modernized their looks for the street, so casual wear. It's really beautifully drawn, I've got to admit. I thought, what a silly idea, but then I saw them, I thought, wow, they look amazing in these costumes that he's designed. There's Rogue there, I do like that one. Anyway, the last Wolverine, yes, the very last Wolverine. Saladin Ahmed is, I don't know what he's doing to the Wolverine book over in mainline Marvel, but I guess he's going to do something here too. So fingers crossed. Same with Erica Schultz, Laura Kinney, and Wolverine. Two of my favourite characters. They're mainline books, guys. What is going on with them? Really? Why give them 2 more books to disappoint? I'm saying it. You're always going to get an honest opinion. I want to be surprised. I want to turn around and read these 2 books and go, you know what? I was wrong. They were really, really good. But I don't have much hope for it. Rogue Storm, that one, another one continues. Undeadpool, which I think is going to be super, super fun. I mean, look at those zombified versions there. Crikey, it looks incredible. What else we got? Iron and Frost. Again, like I say, none of these books are out yet, so I really don't want to get into the solicits and ruin it. Oh, we've got also like a little kiddie chibi cover here. That looks kind of cool. The collectors will love that. Absolutely, they will love that. That looks pretty cool. Binary, Cloak or Dagger. I like the idea of Cloak and Dagger now, because now they can't manifest their powers at the same time. So only one can be using their powers at any one time. Sounds very, very interesting. It's a good concept. Sinister 6, that sounds a load of fun too. Exvengers, I'm kind of on the sort of fence about this one. This is the new leader of the Avengers. I'm not sure where they're going to go with that. Who knows? Omega Kids, Radioactive Spider. Yep, obviously it's Spider-Man, so I'm going to be so on board on this one. Joe Kelly, like Saladin Ahmed and Erica Schultz, please, 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 please make this good, because your mainline books need work. Again, don't hate me for it. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. So this is something I look forward to. Planet She-Hulk. Oh, yeah. Stephanie Phillips, Aaron Kuda. Again, you can see those sort of street verse variants. They just look so rad. I really love them. Sakaar, Party of One. So in Imperial, which is Jonathan Hickman's cosmic event that's happening right now, the Hulk's son has been killed, and they visited the planet, and Hulk has to go off and figure out what's going on with the rest of the mystery with the Imperial storyline, and She-Hulk's been left to basically run and rule the planet in his absence. So it sounds very, very interesting. She-Hulk is back, and she's stuck on Sakaar, spinning out of Jonathan Hickman's hit cosmic epic Imperial. Jennifer Waters made a promise to her cousin Hulk to watch over the planet Sakaar and its people for a few days, but it's been longer than a few days. And now She-Hulk is in charge of keeping the peace on a planet at war, but Jennifer is very different Hulk than the one who once smashed Sakaar into submission. Is she up for the task? I hope so. Sounds fun. I hope it's going to be funny. I really, really do. I think Stephanie Phillips is writing Black Cat. Is she writing Black Cat at the moment? I might have that wrong. I just can't retain all this information. There's so many books. So look at the art, though. The art is going to absolutely smash it. So Aaron Kuda, ooh, that looks really, really beautiful. Yeah, this is going to be a hit. I could feel it in my bones. I hope so. So Daredevil, Punisher, The Devil's Trigger. I've done a separate video on this when they announced it. Jimmy Palmiotti, Tommaso Bianchi. This is in the Marvel Knights universe, I think I was told. And it looks incredible. We're getting like, I think 3 Punisher books in the same month or the same time period. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. So Tommaso Bianchi, he's doing the artwork. That's going to be cool. We got a cool variant cover there by Luciano Vecchio. That looks very, very cool. From the Chaos costume variant cover. Yes. So do you have what it takes to pull the trigger? Daredevil and the Punisher, 2 of Marvel's mightiest, one of the most celebrated and storied rivalries in comics, find themselves at odds, not only with each other, but with New York's criminal element once again. Writer Jimmy Palmiotti revisits the world that was as Frank Castle is pitted against the Gnucci crime family for their most violent and visceral confrontation yet. As their conflict threatens to tear Hell's Kitchen apart, it'll fall to Daredevil to contain the chaos. I am all on board. I've got my fingers crossed we're going to get some interior art here. No, we didn't. That's a shame. Red Hulk. Well, bad news, Red Hulk, because it is getting cancelled. As of today, recording this video, an article went up to say it's actually being cancelled. Benjamin Percy and Gabriel Guzman's book is ending. Red flag. Red Hulk and his crew invade Latveria. I guess this is going to tie into One World Under Doom, of course. Can he bring down Warwolf and dethrone Doom? We will find out. Featuring the last appearances of Machine Man, Deathlock and Wild Street, ? Find out in this explosive series finale. So the killings of characters off for a while? Maybe. One World Under Doom, many, many months late. Issue 9 of 9 finale. Thank you that this is finally over. It has been an absolute snooze fest. So Ryan North, RB Silver. Now RB Silver's art, I will say, is really, really nice in the book. It's saving grace. Finale, Doom has confronted all of Earth's heroes in battle and is won. What's more, he's used the magical power of Sorcerer Supreme to ensure that this victory has become a fixed moment in time, a thing that will stand forever, impervious to magic or time travel alike. Okay, so they want to set some things in stone, I guess, going forward for other storytellers who won't retcon this because it's so bad. But unbeknownst to Doom, in that climactic moment that can now never be changed, the seeds of Doom's downfall were also fixed for all eternity. Left with an intolerable defeat that cannot be changed, Doom makes a choice he can never undo, and the rest of the world will pay his price. It all comes down to this in this big finale of One World Under Doom. Plus, if the Sorcerer Supreme falls, who will rise to take his place? Find out here. So they are really doubling, tripling, quadrupling down the fact that this isn't going to change, right? It's either setting us up for something really cool or letting you know it's going to be disappointing. One of the two. Plus, they have been talking about who is the new Sorcerer Supreme. There's a series that's coming out where we, I guess, we find out who the, I say contestants, who the choices are, and one will rise. Not sure. Nova Centurion. I guess is this tying into the Imperial? Maybe it is. Jed McKay, Alvaro Lopez, with a cover by Alessandro Capuccio. Okay, so got a problem? Nova can help for a price. With the Xandarian World Mind, yes, so it is tying in. The sentient repository of an entire extinct people's culture and history, relying on regular and expensive energy infusions. Richard Ryder is for hire, a deep space drifter weighted down with the truth of the terrible lie that the new galactic union was built on. Nova is a corp of one, but how long can he keep his hands clean handling dirty money? So I'm excited by this purely because I've never been a big fan of the Cosmic Universe. Imperials dragged me in, so I want to stretch my cosmic wings as such and get into some new cosmic books. And this one sounds really good because I'm reading Imperial. I know what's going on that behind this, so this sounds like a really good natural progression from the story that's happening in the event. Spider-Man Noir number 2. Of course, number 1 hasn't come out. Eric Larson, Big Eric, is writing this one, so I'm interested to see how number 1 pans out. Of course, it will be reviewed, as will the amazing Spider-Man Torn by J. Michael Straczynski. Can J. Michael Straczynski come back, all right, and reignite the flame and the magic he had with his amazing Spider-Man run all those years ago? I absolutely hope so. We've got some pictures there. We've got MJ and we've got Gwen. Oh dear, what is going to happen? I wonder if it's told in current time or if it's a story in the past. We will find out. But I'm excited by Spider-Man books. My favorite character. Now this book here, like I said, we've got double, triple Punisher. This is the big one for me. The Marvel Knights, the world to come, the Punisher. Paul Miotti is back. Thank God he's back. This is going to be amazing. And Dan Panasayan on art, and he is cooking. Look at this. This looks so cool. It says Frank Castle, because it is Frank Castle. It is Frank Castle back in the t-shirt with the white skull on that made him the hero, or rather the anti-hero that we'd love to see shooting up the goons. So Frank Castle is back. He's musclier, he's gristlier, and apparently this is going to be much more hard-hitting. So I'm super excited. What does it say? Frank Castle prisoner. It's no easy task to capture Frank Castle. That's true. And with this, or rather with his enemies, and what his enemies do to him, this issue is well beyond that. Right, okay. The comic will shock, disturb, and have you on the edge of your seat. Buckle up. It got me tongue twisted. I got that excited. Looks amazing. Okay, the world to come is continuing. This will be the last issue, actually, of this epic conclusion to the miniseries event of the decade. Well, I wouldn't say of the decade. I'd say it's pretty good. It is really good. I'm really enjoying it. Christopher Priest, Joe Quesada doing an incredible job on the book, as is everyone else working on the book. I'm loving it. It says, T'Challa, actually, let's not read this solicit. Let's not find out what happens in the final issue when we're only halfway through the series. But okay, we got another surprise here. Echo, Seeker of Truth. I was quite surprised to hear this character's making a comeback after that, let's say, questionable TV series that we got. I wondered how long it would be before they brought her back. You know, maybe they let her rest. So Echo, Seeker of Truth by Taboo, B. Earl, and more. Okay, I think Taboo, isn't he the chap from Black Eyed Peas? I think it's a chap from the Black Eyed Peas. Covered by David Mack. Of course it's David Mack. Has to be David Mack. He did all that beautiful work in Daredevil with Echo, I think, when she first appeared. And his covers are just so... You just know it's David Mack, right? You just know it's David Mack. What does it say? The new age of Echo. When her cousin goes missing in Los Angeles, Echo goes to the city of angels to find out what happened to her. But what she discovers is a series of disappearances centered around a mysterious wellness cult called Wisteria Meadows. As Echo dives deeper into the mystery, she'll discover a truth about herself she never imagined. But who is the faceless puppet master behind the cult? And what is their sinister plan? Yeah, I'm on board. That's getting read and reviewed. Spider-Man Holiday Spectacular. Do you know what? One of my earliest Spider-Man books that I wrote as a kid was a British annual. And I can't remember what story it was, but it reprinted a story set at Christmas. And the first page is Peter in his Spider-Man suit, all battle damaged, lying in the snow, basically dying from hypothermia. So I'm looking forward to another Christmassy Spider story. So Rainbow Rowell, Luciano Vecchio, Bob Quinn, and more. Holiday plans, no more. Okay, I like what you did there. Peter Parker is all alone for the holidays. Of course he is. They don't never make Peter happy, right? Luckily, the spectacular Spider-Man has some amazing friends. Okay. He can celebrate with. But can the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the X-Men, Daredevil, and more handle winter with the wisecracking webhead? Or will the Thing have to send Spidey packing to assure a silent night? Wow, the puns are coming, right? Rainbow Rowell and a bevy of Marvel's finest artists deliver a holiday romp to all the good boys and girls who read magnificent Marvel mags. It's a bit of fun. It will be Christmas. We'll review it. Of course, we'll review it. Marvel Black, White, and Blood and Guts. So, again, the first issue hasn't kicked off. I'm looking forward to this. I do like these, they're like triple color books. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one, but they're pretty good. They usually got a like 2 or 3 little short stories, usually self-contained, and they're a bit of fun. So I'm definitely on board for that. Alicia Wong, Ho Chi Anderson, Garth Ennis. Wow. It's got Garth Ennis, I'm going to read it, and Ty Templeton. And we've got art by Chris Allen, Ho Chi Anderson, John McCree, and Ty Templeton. So that sounds fantastic. Fantastic. Spirits of Violence. Again, another one that hasn't kicked off yet. I'm going to be giving that a go. I'm not sure about Sabir Pizada. I've never heard of that creator before. So this will be interesting. Might discover a new interesting book and a new creator to follow. So I'm getting more and more excited. Marvel Zombies Red Band. Now this is going to be great when it kicks off. I'm really hoping it is. The original Marvel Zombies that spun out of Ultimate Fantastic Four. One of the funniest and best books I read. I absolutely loved it. I mean, it has a lot more iterations since then, or reiterations and mini-series, and they've been on varying degrees of good and bad. But I hope this gets back to that sort of, it was Robert Kirkman actually. I think I'm sure it was Robert Kirkman who wrote it. That kind of zany fun, because it was a really good fun book and very well drawn. So it's Red Band. So I'm guessing we're going to get some blood and guts in it. So as I said, triple whammy, Punisher, Red Band. This is going to be awesome. So the first issue hasn't come out yet. I'm guessing it's going to come out maybe next month. Benjamin Percy, Julius Ota, with a cover by one of my newfound absolute favourite artists of all time, Marco Cecchetto. Secrets revealed. Well, I'm not going to reveal those secrets because this is issue 3 and we've not had 1 or 2. And of course, it's Red Band 2. So it means there doesn't have to be toned back. It can be as bloody and brutal as possible. And that's what I look at him back in the right t-shirt with the right skull with the right guy in it too. It just looks awesome. So exciting. So we have a countdown to issue 1000. Now I'm praying at issue 1000 we get a new creative team, and that's not to say nasty things about Joe Kelly. It isn't good, right? By any measure, current Amazing Spider-Man has not been good for years and years. Joe Kelly has done some amazing work in the past on Spider-Man 2 and other characters like Deadpool. But this, again, one of my new favorite words is lackluster. It does not ring any bells. And I pretty much read everything to do with Spider-Man since I was a child. So I'm a little bit dubious about these two books. It's gone bi-weekly as well, I think, though. I think they want to really, really, get to this issue 1000 and get this arc out of the way, because we're getting two Spider-Mans, right? Remember? I have done a review of the latest issue. So before I say anything else that spoils it, read the book and watch the review and you'll know what I mean. So, yes, what we do know is we get a Spider-Man back on Earth and a Spider-Man in space. That's common knowledge. The cover's cool. I'll give you that. The cover is super cool. We've got a John Romita Jr. cover on the right. So Pepe Larraz is back for issue 15 and John Romita is back for issue 16. So they're alternating artists, I guess. I mean, 2 a month. You're going to need a couple of artists to do that. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Cody Ziegler continues his run. It's got to be time for a new creative team too. Again, he falls into that band of books that just aren't good. Doesn't get the characters and the humor's poor. I'm really, really hoping that Marvel is going to shake things up soon, right? I mean, Age of Apocalypse did it right. They're celebrating that. We've got events ending and events starting. That could really, 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 it doesn't have to reset the Marvel U, but it can refresh the Marvel U with some fresh talent and some good stories. Black Cat #4 is out. G. Willow Wilson with Gleb Melnikov. Art's really, really lovely. It was a sort of average issue 1 debut, setting up the sort of style of the book. It's very much a sort of fourth wall breaking story. It's trying to be a little bit kooky and a little bit funny, a little bit it's not bad. Didn't blow me away, but you know what? I'm going to give it another 2 issues before I knock it off the pull list. So there we go. That's back on the list. Venom, Black, White, and Blood. Now this was really, really good. Really good. The first issue came out, I think, the Wednesday before recording this. It was 3 short stories, and they were good. They were kind of dark, kind of sad. Each issue, I think, is going to change up the creative teams anyway. So this one will be Chris Baccello, Al Ewing, and Rick Duick, with art by Chris Baccello, Kai Zama, and Robert Gill. So like I say, so far, it's off to a good start. I'm definitely picking that up. Eddie Brock Carnage, I've not read, even though it's Charles Soule, I've not read. I've kind of got, I'm going to use a buzzword that everyone's using right now. I've got a bit symbiote fatigue, right? Because every man and his dog and every dog has a symbiote right now. And it's taken away the sort of importance and power of a symbiote. I'm absolutely like symbioted out. I'm out. I'm tapped out. No more, symbiotes, no more. And that is a Spider-Man reference. Let's call it. Call it the symbiotes for a while, bring one back later on, keep Venom running maybe, but let's just call it, make them special again. Spider-Girl, not for me. I think it's very much aimed at a younger audience, and I'm not that audience. Spider-Man 94, issue 1 hasn't dropped yet. J.M. DeMatteis and Jim Toe. I am looking forward to it. It doesn't explain the sort of cliffhanger at the end of the animated series. Maybe they're going to get to that, but from what I understand, it's not really going to it's going to jump a little bit. Spider-Man Wolverine, Mark Guggenheim and Kent Andrews. Now, this book started off really good, but it's just dragging on a little bit. The last 2 issues, maybe 3 issues, have kind of been the same. Nothing's really evolved. It's just become a sort of playground for who can we pit Spider-Man and Wolverine against and what location can they fight. Really needs to speed up with, I think, issue 4, issue 5. I can't remember where we are with it, but we are where we are with that book. I want it to be good. All new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. Now, I did give issue 1 a go. That came out this week, and it was not for me. So that's not on the list. Now we are into probably the variants and facsimile editions and trade paperbacks, and hopefully some sort of oversized hardcover celebratory editions. I always like to buy those and put them on my shelf. So we have, the Ultimate Spider-Man #1 from Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley. And I remember picking this book up all those years ago, 25 in fact, and I loved it. I didn't think you could rewrite Spider-Man. They did it. I mean, it's Bendis, right? Made him pretty much a household name, although he was probably already almost a household name by then. Yeah, I love that. That's really cool. I didn't pick up those facsimile editions though. Got Fantastic Four #11. Okay, so they are pumping out more of these Fantastic Four books to coincide with the movie. Civil War, I'm not sure why they've been reproducing these as facsimile editions. Maybe this is to get it back in the sort of, you know, the mind of the Marvel fans, because something's coming. Maybe something's coming. Ultimate Spider-Man number 23. Oh my God, I'm happy and sad because after 23, there's only one left. And Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto are off the book, and the book is ending as we go into Ultimate Endgame. Please restart the Ultimate Universe, get some fresh new talent on there and make them all good, because they're not all good. Ultimate Spider-Man is the absolute gem and diamond and highlight of the entire current Ultimate Universe. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. Okay, so we got new issues of Old Black Panther. The Ultimates, which in my opinion, I say it every time because I want everyone else to kind of understand this book is not good. It is not good, honestly. But we'll stop there. I don't want this video downvoted and get hate mail. Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate X-Men, again, they're all traversing towards their final issues, which will be issue 24. Although I have heard maybe it's Ultimate Wolverine. One of them is continuing an extra number of issues. Not sure why. Maybe because it started later. Battleworld. Number 1 hasn't come out, so we're going back to the pit by the looks of it. I'm going to give Battleworld number 1 a review, but I'm not sure about it. So Captain America number 5 with Chip Zdarsky and Valery Skitty. So I've really enjoyed this book so far. Issue 1 was really good, right? We've got a new Captain America. I'm not going to spoil it. Read it first, then watch my review. You can find out what I thought about it. I like the direction that it's going in. I've just probably dropping a video very soon about the United Captains that they're going to introduce in issue 6, which is basically different countries from the UN have their own sort of captain superhero, and they look really, really cool. I love the idea. It's really, really good. So that's definitely on the pull list. The Avengers. I'm not on the Avengers. It hasn't been good for a while, or rather, it hasn't suited my taste, so I'm off it. Fantastic Four relaunched with a number 1 with Ryan North and new artist Humberto Ramos. And to be honest with you, it's just been like his event, One More Under Doom. It's just been a bit of a nothing burger, really. I mean, go read the first 2 issues. I think you might come to the same conclusion. Just nothing's happening, really. These books, there's no stories there, and everything just happens. You know, it's like, oh, I need a toothbrush. There's a toothbrush. Oh, what am I going to do? I haven't got toothpaste. Toothpaste appears out of the air. It's like, oh my God, this huge dilemma. But luckily, years ago, I planned for this huge dilemma and pressed that button, and it's resolved. There's no stakes. There's no story. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was a little mini arc to welcome in fans of the movie, haven't read Fantastic Four before, but it's got to be getting better, right? I mean, this is Fantastic Four, one of the flagship Marvel books since the 60s. Why is it not like Amazing Spider-Man, like some of the other, you know, core mainline characters book? The book you're going, I cannot wait to read this. It's amazing. It needs to shake up. I need to get some new creative talent in there. I'm going to say it over and over again because I want Marvel to survive. You know, they're not going to survive on variant covers and blind bags. So, New Avengers number 6. I'm reading it. It's a fun story. It's a fun story. It's not too bad. Bucky here is assembling a sort of ragtag new version of the Avengers to take on some, let's say, twisted versions of the Illuminati. And it's a good concept. It's fun. Sometimes the humor fails to hit, but the story is interesting, and I'm on that. So Undead Iron Fist has not dropped number 1 yet. So let's skip the solicit when I spoil anything, but I'm going to take a look at the first one. Iron Fist, kind of a character that I've never had too much sort of love for, but this new book sounds promising, right? So Moon Knight, I don't read Moon Knight. Just not a character that I like either. Strange Tales number 1 hasn't dropped either, so we can't really figure out what's going on with that book. It's on the pull list and the review list, but the Mortal Thor number 1, when that drops, that's definitely on my list. The Thor, as you might have guessed by the title, is now a mortal man, much like I guess how they kind of started the original Thor. So it's all changing for Thor. So I'm going to be on board for the issue 1 of that. That's just by the way, Al Ewing and Pascal Ferry, whose art is always beautiful. And look at that. We've got an Alex Ross cover there. I don't even need to read the solicit. No, that's Alex Ross. So Uncle Scrooge, I don't go for the kid books. Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. Now, I swore blind I would never read these Godzilla books. But I broke and I read the first issue of this, and it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. But then I read issue 2, I didn't love it as much, so it's dropped off my list. It's not terrible, the art's really good, but there we go. Predator kills the Marvel Universe. I'm up for that when it drops. Again, it hasn't dropped yet. I'm really looking forward to that. And this Predator Badlands sort of hit the internet yesterday. So this I want to look into. So Predator Badlands, Ethan Sachs, Elvin Ching, cover by Dan Panasayan. Variant covers by Cafu. Movie variant cover also available. Okay, the official prequel to the Predator Badlands. I've not seen Badlands. Is it even out? Where have I been? I don't know. I'm going to have to catch up. The official prequel, done in collaboration with director Dan Trachtenberg, to the new, eagerly anticipated film Predator Badlands, is here. Okay, so it's not out yet. So it probably will have been out by the time we get to November, December. A young Yautja warrior is given a seemingly simple task by his father: retrieve a piece of technology from a derelict spaceship that crashed years ago. Inside, however, an ancient and deadly threat lies in wait. Now the predator will become the prey. Yeah, I'm up for that. Sounds really cool. I love the art of this cover. All that sort of jagged knives and things. Need to wet my whistle there. Star Wars. I'm a fan of the original Star Wars. I don't read the books, so I can't comment, and they're not on my pull list. Although I might give I will give Boba Fett, or Boba Fett, depending how you pronounce him, Black, White, and Red, a little go. That could be fun. That could be fun too. I'm almost drawn into Han Solo, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the Star Wars books. I just don't get the sort of buzz I got when I watched those films many moons ago. So Stormbreakers, I guess this is just introducing these new creators they're putting on books. And we get into the collected editions. Okay, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Omnibus. That one's out. I'm a lover of omnibus books. I really am. Black Widow, Captain America get their own. So this is Wade and Samney. I love Samney's art. What does it collect? Black Widow 2016 1 and 12, and Captain America 2017 695 to 704. So if you were getting the Captain America Omnis, I think you'd be doubling up on those. Okay, let's have a look what else is collected. This is what I've been waiting for. What If Into the Multiverse Volume 3. So I guess they're continuing all the stories from the past in there. X-Men, Age of Kroger, Dawn of X Omnibus. There we go. Not on my pull list. The Avengers Omnibus Volume 6, George Perez. Cover, very nice. So those continue. These omnibuses are really great. I mean, you get to have full runs of the books that you love. A drop in the ocean compared to what it'd be like to actually collect the full run. So I'm all up for omnibus books. They're so good. We get the Star Wars ones. Death of the Silver Surfer hardcover. Do you know what? Greg Pak is an amazing writer. I love him. But what he's doing in Death of the Silver Surfer, I think that's just editorial mandate. They're like, right, we need you to do this because we want this to be reflection of what's happening in the movie. It's not good. It's really sad because Greg Pak is an amazing writer. What is going on? Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood. That's all collected. Various stories. The all-new Venom. Okay, we give that one a miss. Exceptional X-Men. The Uncanny X-Men. Laura Kinney X. So all the usual mainline books are getting their collections. But do we have anything else? Anything new and exciting? Wolverine and Kitty Pryde trade paperback's going to collect Wolverine Kitty Pryde from 2025 1 to 5. Okay. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale's Captain America. Collecting 0 to 5. Captain America White. One of the colour books. It's Tim Sale. Anything Tim Sale touches is beautiful. And this is, Jeff Loeb, when he did those Marvel collar books, they're some of the best books I've read. The Epic Collections, which are sort of more value for money, smaller versions of omnibus books. Really nice collected editions, actually. You get a big chunk of stories in those. They're all out. They're continuing. But nothing new, really. Nothing new. That's it. But you know what? A healthy and exciting month for Marvel books, right? We've got the X-Men series running through. We've got the Age of Apocalypse running through. Lots of new titles, lots of new books to look forward to. But there we go. Those are my thoughts. That's my pull list. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Let me know what books you're going to add to your list because you've watched this video. And hopefully, once you've liked and subscribed, I will see you in the next video. So take care, guys, and we'll see you soon.